Hello, welcome back to my new video on Google Sheet. Today we will see about what is VLOOKUP, how to use it, what is its limitation, and then I'm going to show you my way, that is best way to use VLOOKUP. So let us pull some data so that we can work with VLOOKUP. So this is demographics of India data. So we are going to pull data from this web page into Google Sheet. So how we can do that? We can use import HTML. So we have discussed it earlier. So you can find link for that video in the top right corner of this video. Let us see how we can pull that data. So I use import HTML. We write first URL, then our query is for table, and from that page we are going to pull data for table number 15. So let's wait. Okay, so data is downloaded. Now for header we give some background color, foreground color, and let's wrap the text so that we can see it. Okay, now let us see what is VLOOKUP. So in VLOOKUP we have to understand one is a key, and corresponding to that key we are able to fetch a particular value. So let us see what is VLOOKUP. So using VLOOKUP we can search for a particular key in the data, right? So this is our data starting from here till last record. This is our data. So what we want to do, we want to search this key in this column starting from the first record till the last record, and at whichever point the search is matching, key is matching, once that is matching we want to pick up any matching column, right? So we can pull data from that particular column. So this is the working of VLOOKUP. So let us see how we can use it. So we have to use VLOOKUP, and the first is a search key. So in this case I use this Punjab as a search key. Then next is the range. We want to search this key in which range. Now here it's very important that whatever range we are selecting, in that range the very first column should contain that key, right? Then only it is going to work. So here I'm selecting from this to F, and then I go to the last row, and here at this point I select F4, so it is going to lock the range. Okay, next is the index. So we specify index as, say for example, right now I specify index value 1, and then is it sorted? So no, it is not sorted, so I say it is 0, and I hit the enter key, right? So you see Punjab. So what basically we have done is we have searched this key into this table, this data, and wherever that key is matching in that particular row we are fetching information from the first column, because we have specified 1. Now let us change from 1 to 2 and let's see what we will get. So now you can see that we are able to get this total population. Right now let us change it to 3, right? And then you can get the population of male, right? So in this way we can use VLOOKUP to fetch data for a particular key. Let us write here, say Delhi. It's actually going to work, right? So let's write in proper case, right? So it will work. So this is the use of VLOOKUP. It can be used in different situations, in different data, but the basic principle is same. We search for a key in our a range of data, and whenever we are selecting a key, that key has to be in the very first column of our data range. And then third parameter we specify, once match is found, then within the range from which column we want to pull the data, right? So these are the important parameters. Okay, now I will discuss what is the limitation of VLOOKUP, right? So for example, in this case, right, this is the data. Now later on, suppose my data changes, we add some column into our data, right? So to demonstrate that, what I have done is I've copied this data into another sheet. Right now here you can see the same formula I've written here, and let me show it for say Delhi. Right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add one column here, like add one column to left. Right now you'll see that here the information disappears, right? So the reason is we have specified this value, column value, as 2, and now you can see that no data is present in column number 2 within this range, right? So that is the limitation of VLOOKUP. Right now we'll see that how we can write solution which will work even if we add any column into our existing data. So that is what we have done here, right? So let me write this formula again for you. So we use VLOOKUP. Okay, before that let me change this key to Delhi. Let us write VLOOKUP. My key is H7, which is right now Delhi. Then I select range from this column B to F till the last record. I press F4 to lock the range, and comma. Yes, now this is the important part, so carefully let us write this part. So basically what we want to do is, here I'm going to show you important way, very good way to specify the column number. So there is one function called column which will return the column number. So that is what I'm going to use. So I write here column. Now you can see that my column from which I want to fetch data, which is my second column, in this case I want to fetch data from this second column. So I'm not going to write column number 2. Instead of that, I'm going to write what is the column number of this total, right? So that is actually C1 cell. So let us write it here, column number C1. Then I do minus what is the column number of B1, which is actually my starting column, or starting column of the range. So let us write that column of B. Now if you carefully observe that what will happen in this case, it is column C1 is 2, column B1 is 1, so 2 minus 1 will become 1. So we have to add 1 so that we can get our count 2 to match with the column number of the total, and then hit the enter key. So okay, let us see what. Okay, so we forgot to write the its data is not sorted, right? So you can see now, you will see that we'll get the correct result. Okay, so now you can see that we get exactly same result, right? So now we have two ways. One way is we directly specify the column number 2, right? And the other is we specify in the relative way, right? Now I'll show you what will happen if I add one column here. Yes, you can see that the earlier we have used this version of VLOOKUP, so that actually fails, because now the data that we are looking for is not in column number 2, it is in column number 3, since we have added one column. But if you see my way of using VLOOKUP here, so you can see that now how formula will work. So we have column D1, column number of D1, which is 1, 2, 3, right? And column number B1 is 1, so 3 minus 1 is 2, and plus we have added 1, so 3, right? So it is actually irrespective of how many column we are adding, right? This approach will always consider the correct column number. So in this way we should use VLOOKUP, right? Thanks for watching.